We're going back all the way to 1989 to watch the opening of MGM Studios, aka Hollywood Studios. We're taking you along with us.
Trains, automobiles, and monorails, and they're about to have the feeling they're not in Kansas anymore. Hi, I'm Fred Newman, and I'm going to
Hey, who's that guy? And he said, I'm Fred Newman.
Hi, Fred. Ever experienced. Here, the magic of the movies comes to life right before your eyes, and it all begins just inside this gate.
Oh man, I have a feeling this is gonna be emotional. Are they gonna show?
The music they had way back in the day was crazy.
Backlot Tour. Oh, this might be painful. I don't know.
I'm gonna skip ahead here because I don't want to.
Yeah, it's a story with more twist than a taxi dancer. So listen tight, and I'll tell you what I know about the Disney MGM Studios theme park.
They don't open things like they used to.
According to this scale, I am 6 miles tall. Now it's 12 miles from here up to here, and the whole area encompasses 27,400 acres.
That's a lot of acres.
That is 43 square miles. Twice the size of the island of Manhattan.
Can you believe that is twice the size of Manhattan?
I can believe it when I'm there and walking around.
That's true.
1982 gave the world Epcot Center. And with the 1989 premiere of the Disney MGM Studios theme park, the Disney company unveiled yet another masterpiece of imagination on the huge canvas of its Central Florida property.
I think you get a double whammy if you shift them out a couple feet. Yeah, with the height about that, so we need to get a height on that and see if
I think a double whammy.
6 months ago, I walked through this place when it was still dirt and things were just coming out of the ground, and we were in the midst of all the working drawings and all the budget compromises and all the things that you go through. And I took a trip up to the Magic Kingdom and walked through the hub area of the Magic Kingdom. And when you look at the hub area of the Magic Kingdom and the castle and all the architecture and everything, it's a scary thing.
That's pretty amazing that they did that in a short period of time. Like today's parks being built takes a while.
It's extraordinarily
Why?
high.
So he's saying it's a
And
scary thing
so
because
the
he has
way
to live
do
up to
something
it.
like
Is that what
Yeah.
he was trying to say?
Probably.
As good as that, or you're disappointing the whole reputation that Disney has.
No pressure, buddy.
What used to be 60 to 70 hour weeks have grown to 80, 90, 100 hour weeks as we try and do all of the finishing touches. We try and make sure that everything is perfect. I don't think you can work this kind of job and not be proud of what you're going to do and not take a great deal of enjoyment from it as well.
Gertie.
To realize what you're
Sorry, I got
doing
excited.
that
You
5
did get
million
excited.
this
That's
year
a
from
dinosaur.
now and forever
A lot of people
are
don't know
gonna
who he
enjoy.
is.
I didn't know who it was before you
Movie
did
studio
the
open to the public.
podcast
It's a
about it.
theme park built in the best traditions of Disney entertainment. It's a happy mixture of old Hollywood and new technology. And wherever you look, there's evidence of someone's good idea come to life.
It's theatrical, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's everything that Disney stands for. It's got a little bit of me in it. It's got a little bit of.
I think Michael Eisner was an underrated Disney CEO, by the way.
Company plus a lot of everything
Yes.
that's in here.
I don't think
Okay.
anybody else has
But-
the resources to attack quality the way we do.
Didn't he know Universal was
Most
doing
people
this,
take
so he
shortcuts,
wanted to beat
reason
them to it?
economic reasons,
We needed a
reason
CEO like that.
Okay.
We need a
most
CEO
people
who
take
looks at
shortcuts
Epic
because
Universe
they
and is
don't
like,
know
they're
how
doing
do
something.
it
We need
right.
to do something better.
And this company has such a history
Listen to this.
of not taking that
What is that
shortcut,
like?
Hold on, listen to this.
going down the path that is the hardest, the toughest, the most painful, and the most expensive to gain a quality that is fun to be around.
Underrated CEO, I think.
The street performance, the architecture.
This is an underrated actor right here.
Weighing 22 tons, maneuvered it around inside the courtyard, which was already crowded with this large 150-foot crane that had to lift it into place. It sits within a half inch of where we expected it to sit, and that's not too bad considering the size and weight.
That's
of the thing.
unbelievable.
Not something that's easily worked with.
It's way bigger when you're there, too,
Spent 2
seemingly.
years studying the original Chinese theater in Hollywood to ensure that the Disney MGM Studios version would become a faithful reproduction.
So we've been to both. Do you think it is pretty similar?
Photographed this extensively,
Definitely.
and
Yeah,
various
they did a great job.
Artisans and craftsmen are reproducing this, and we'll have the doors just like they are here. One of the pieces that we've spent a lot of time and effort to reproduce are these Chinese food dogs.
Now it's Great Movie Ride is no longer. It is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which I'm not sad about. I just wish they did an additional ride.
Yeah, but they're not talking about the ride right now. They're talking about the facade and the Chinese theater. So
many man
That's
hours
true.
by many people can spend. checking into the historical background of this building and trying to make it as authentic as we can.
The music in the
Another
background
part
while
of
it's
the
going
original
is
Chinese
pretty
theater,
funny.
Perhaps the most famous
This
part
is my favorite.
required more than cloning. That's the forecourt, where since 1927, Hollywood's greatest names have left their foot and handprints. The
Sylvester
Disney MGM version,
Stallone, Eddie
bring the
Murphy.
stars to Florida and do it all over again.
All right? All right.
That looks so much fun. Oh my gosh.
This world-famous Hollywood tradition
Betty
found
White?
new life at the new Chinese theater.
That's amazing.
I don't remember.
Hey, that was the
seeing-
lady from Hocus Pocus.
Okay, so
Hollywood Boulevard.
yeah,
Yeah.
The
lady from
street of
Hocus
dreams.
Pocus.
What was her name?
Everybody
Never
has a shot at
Bette
being
Midler?
a star.
that's not,
Now, do like this. Oh, Jungle Boy, I've searched the planet. Okay? Oh, Jungle Boy, I've searched the planet.
that guy
And
is so
looking at
funny.
this place, we really have a living movie set on our hands. And we have, as the entrance corridor, Hollywood Boulevard. And here would be a terrific place to take all of that, what was so far disparate energy of little acts here and there, move it down onto Hollywood.
In Los Angeles at the conception of the Disney MGM Studios.
how dare you fast
The
forward to
Great Movie
when he was
Ride
talking about
was
Hollywood
the
Boulevard.
first,
Sorry.
Concept that came out of our
It's
initial
Bob Weiss.
thoughts on what we would want to do with this project.
The concept led to preliminary
Oh, they're talking about
drawings
the
and
Great Movie
models,
Ride.
which led to the creation of the sets. Clay sculptures led to creation of the molded plastic audio animatronic figures. Artists created
I'm not gonna
huge
lie,
scenic
that witch
backdrops
kind of
to
scares
support
me.
the illusion
When it was in
beyond
the Great
sets.
Movie Ride, it looked pretty
Then,
real.
From the
all
Wizard of
scene
Oz?
elements were
Yeah.
tested for
No, in the
effectiveness
Great
Los
Movie Ride, the
Angeles by
animatronic,
groups of company
it did a great job of
She
making it
came
real.
from the Wizard of Oz
When the
to
music you're gonna hear
Great Movie
starts,
Ride.
And it stops.
Scary.
And then the second tram is coming in, and they all are here when the witch appears. And then, as the Munchkins tell you to get out, everybody leaves. So
Oh.
Pretty sure we're gonna get a flag for that one, so I got to turn it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Finally, all the Great Movie Ride props, figures, and backdrops were crated and shipped cross-country to Orlando, where they took their
Delta was a
meticulously
sponsor or
pre-planned
something?
places in the 90,000
That's from the
square foot
Indiana Jones,
Chinese
though.
Theater building. Supervision of the colossal project rested on the shoulders of show producer Eric Jacobson.
I felt like a blind person feeling my way through this because there's so many things that I've had to act on intuition through. But I've received such tremendous support from all the people that have their expertise or these other technical.
That's
areas
great.
that
Good
I-
job, Eric. Well, whatever his name was.
Corridors of the ride. Workers refurbished the original plane from Bogey and Ingrid Bergman's final scene in Casablanca.
Oh,
All right, this is making me sad. I gotta fast forward.
yeah.
Now, this is where the Disney MGM Studios backstage tour begins.
Oh,
where you
another
can
one.
watch actual television, motion picture, and animation productions in progress.
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
This is torture.
Here is the backstage doorway, which lets guests in on all the secrets of the movie trade.
Action.
Action!
This fully equipped studio complex can accommodate everything from major stunts
That
to
would look
major
fun.
stars.
There's the lady from Hocus Pocus.
That's Bette Midler, right?
Yes.
All right.
You don't
In
call her
June
the
of
lady.
1988,
You
What do I call her?
say Bette
Studio was
Midler.
dedicated, and Hollywood
Listen,
came
we're
to
close.
Florida
I can
in
call
a
her the
big
lady from
way.
Hocus Pocus.
Okay, fine. Oh, great.
There
Fun.
are 3 state-of-the-art sound stages, totaling close to 30,000 square feet for film or television productions that require an indoor location.
Why did they get rid of?
For productions that take place
Productions.
outside, a residential
Well, you can still go to
street
some
was
studios in
recreated
Hollywood if you
various
go to
architectural
Universal
styles.
or
Here's the Golden
there's a lot of
Girls
sound
house.
stages out there, but there's not too
There's no
many in
need to travel
Florida.
to New
I'm
York.
talking about
Here's a
Florida.
cinematic
Why did they?
location so
So
authentic it rivals the
MGM
Big
was a
Apple itself.
working studio.
I know, why did they stop doing that?
Collaboration between every aspect of the company, and the most exciting thing is that we really have a full working production facility.
We've created a state-of-the-art motion picture.
It
and
seems strange
television
to me that
studio that
Hollywood
rivals anything in
Studios or
Hollywood.
MGM at the time
And
was
with that
created
kind of support structure,
for all this,
anyone
and they
can
kind of
come
took all
down
this
here
away.
and make a movie.
But I guess
or a
they
television
replaced it with
product
updated
competitively
things. I guess
with
that's what Walt
Hollywood.
said, right?
This is more movie magic, whereas now you're kind of in the movie.
The new
You're part
studio
of the
offers
movie,
more
right? I
Yeah,
think
you're
that's what
part
it
of the movie.
transitioned to. Do you think that's because the
It has
younger
the world's
generation wants to be
largest
part of the
costume
movie, and
department,
movies
an
like Toy
animation
Story kind of
studio,
did that, where it's like,
a
hey, I want
videotape
to be a toy and
and
in
much
Andy's
more.
bedroom.
I don't know
We've
if it's
got
that
over
or if they really
200,000
try to
square feet of
differentiate
shops,
themselves
for
from
instance, and they can build
Universal
anything
Studios, because when you're in
from a
Universal
full-fledged
Studios,
monorail
it's
or a
more
steamboat down to a
about
flame prop. We've
backstage,
got a
the
200-acre
movie, the film creation, and I think they were both kind of too similar for
Oh,
for a time.
we can house, and we claim that equals the best studio in the world.
But a working studio is only part of the story. For the first time ever, visitors are invited to watch
Can we get this
production
back
as it
as a
actually
working
happens.
studio? Like, can
We
we?
have a tour corridor where our guests
What
are
show
able to
can be
actually
there?
see the work. That's never been done before. It's that blend between the tour function and the production function. But everyone is committed to achieving both goals. So far, we've been extremely successful in creating the blend.
Accommodating the functions of both the backstage tour and ongoing production required a team of industry experts. The sound stages were the brainchild of Milt Forman.
Milt Forman. Yeah, we do miss some things from Hollywood Studios. I didn't get to go there as a kid though, but you did.
I thought that by having you as a guest in the park, being able to ride rides, but then also being part of the process, like actually watching with this show created right before your eyes, like to me, that was really exciting. I thought it was sort of Hollywood of the East, and found it fascinating as a kid. I probably still would if they would film something there. I'd probably be the first one to sign up
You were the first one to sign up for Indiana Jones every time we go.
as the extra.
Yeah, you're jumping for joy
that
trying to get
needs
on there, even though they didn't do it the last time we were there.
They need to bring that back.
Yeah.
We look a little silly standing here, but the further and further away we get, it becomes more and more real. This is just one of the fascinating things about the illusions of filmmaking.
This technique is known as forced perspective. The buildings are designed from detailed scale models.
Because he's the king of forced perspective, because
Murals are
everything
then
is forced
painted on
perspective there.
giant canvases. Finally, they are brought to the location, hung on towers, and weatherproof.
The location is the destination.
So the backlot street looks like New York, but sometimes a production might want it to double as another city.
Both the Chrysler and Empire State Building are removable if somebody wanted to take them out of the shot because they wanted this to be Chicago or some other era.
But what really makes New York Street so authentic is, once again, that painstaking attention to detail.
Is it the climate? Like, is that why they had to stop?
For getting the character look.
You know, because in California, it's relatively dry all the time, so they can put on these productions
Outdoors,
outside.
you mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. They
So
have,
how they could change the exterior. It's just too hot.
I'm just
and
glad we got
humid.
to go and see like the Osborne lights and all that stuff, because that was so cool. I feel bad for people who didn't get a chance to see that.
Well,
I don't think that's going to be mentioned here, but
will create the look that the company wants to give you, that we've been in New York for a long time and being used.
Since the studio opened, numerous productions have made use of the sound stages and the back lot. But the first movie to make full use of all the studio facilities was The Lottery, starring Bette Midler.
Bette Midler,
Oh.
the lady. There she is, the lady from Hocus Pocus.
Backlot and
I didn't know that was the first one.
combine for maximum efficiency and control.
She's so talented.
Even though we've had a lot.
The Lottery, was that a good movie to see?
I actually don't think I saw that one. I thought I've seen every Bette Midler movie.
And
Look at that.
special
Swap
effects
it out.
people. And you realize that we did really create, in addition to creating Hollywood here, we really created a movie studio that works. You can make movies here. You can gather the resources necessary to do pretty extensive work.
Every time I see Bette Midler, I think of the Seinfeld episode where the guy says Bette Midler. He said it with an accent. It was just fun. Everything's a Seinfeld reference to me.
Yeah, you're dating yourself.
So far, we've done for the Disney Channel a Carol Burnett special, which was kind of special. It was a conversation with 750 people in the stage where she interacted with the group. We will become the.
All right, fast forward a little. See what's
There
next.
was a cartoon, there was a newsreel, and there was a comedy, and then the feature film. And I think I went mostly for the animated cartoon. The people around Disney seem vision of what you're trying to do.
Oh, that's a
I
famous
feel like I'm
Disney.
watching TV with you when you
Sorry.
constantly
or on
change a
silversmith
channel.
or something. You just can't go to school to learn it. It's something that you learn on an apprentice type of working environment from experienced people. We all trained under animators before we were actually animators ourselves.
Quite honored to be surrounded by such heavyweights.
The magic had been passed on to a new generation.
Peter Pan. 90-minute wait for Peter Pan.
Let's all try it just once more.
I gotta mute the sound here because they're gonna ping us if I don't mute the sound a little bit.
This, well, it's something I say to our animators when they start is that
Wow,
for
look
all
at
our
that
guests
whole
who
room
come
of
through here
animators.
in years to come, that this building will be sort of synonymous with Disney animation. Our
Oh.
guests will look back at this place and say, oh yes, I know what Disney animation is. I've seen it at the Disney MGM Studios. And therefore the responsibility of the artists who work here is enormous to perpetuate that the spirit.
I don't.
She's talking to me?
By now, you're probably starting to realize that around here,
Oh,
we don't throw
Backlot
anything
Tour.
away that might be used again in a future production.
Look through the doors and you can see what it looks like.
That was a great
A
ride.
tram tour zigzags through the backlot area, where all the ingredients of movie making are on
So you can
display.
do this like at Warner Brothers
mechanical
tour,
monster
studio
is
tour
Judge
in
Doom's
California, but you got to go to California and you
framed
don't get
Roger
to ride a ride
Like
after.
almost
No.
So like
everything.
this
And it's
is
a
what
golf cart, not a
The
nice
Disney
tram
is
like
the real
that.
this is
McCoy.
what made this
Dooms
so particularly
beware.
cool. Was that it was a studio, you got to
It
go
was
behind.
both, right? It
Yeah.
was
Know what
a studio
celebrity they
tour
might bump
and an
into.
attraction because it had immersive parts to it.
Here, Herbie the Love Bug pops up with an encore from his film performances.
Herbie the
The
Love
tram
Bug.
eventually finds its way through every phase of film production.
With over 2.25 million garments, this wardrobe range.
I
There's enough
remember
here to
this.
occupy anybody.
Oh,
Vividly.
watching the people in their work.
Yes.
Have
And
designed a tour that is a combination of walking and ride, and some of it's guided and some of it's self-guided. I think it's also the first time that we've done an attraction that has the scope and scale of this backstage tour.
The self-guided
Wait, is that
phase
from
of the tour
Honey, I
allows
Shrunk the
guests
Kids?
to explore the production area
Is that
at
the
their
bee?
own pace.
I missed it.
They can stay as long as they like and see as much as they want.
I can stay as long.
The blueprints for the Disney MGM theme park have their origins in old Hollywood. But the true genius of the design is the way it gets guests involved. Some attractions, for instance, are designed to bring out the hot dog in people.
Now, behind me is the Monster Sound Show. It's basically about sound effects.
Look at that boom mic. We need one of those.
Who is this guy? He's great.
It's Fred.
This is the place where audience members get the chance to become Foley artists or sound effects engineers. A team of first-timers watches a film without sound effects.
Oh, that's so
Then,
cool.
with devices as old as
I don't
the
remember
talkies
this.
themselves, they add wind, rain, fire, and thunder to the mix. Timing is crucial to the reality of the picture. And the audience has the last word.
Like me.
I don't remember that. I don't think I ever got a chance to do that.
Super television. Like,
You know what's
oh
great
wow,
about this
that's
place is that you can get in on the action. Like right here at the Superstar Television. You can walk through that door, a virtual unknown, and walk out.
A virtual unknown with glasses on.
Please, no photos, please. No, please, no.
Through a process called ultimating, members of the audience get superimposed into a TV variety show.
Well, I feel like
and other classic television
MGM
scenes,
1989
such
was
as
like
The
right up
Situation
your alley.
Comedy and a
so bad
cowboy
for
band
everything.
riding
So
into
bad for
something.
introverts.
Oh my goodness.
But so
Anything's
great
possible
for
for
Oh,
extroverts.
it's like
Superstar
anybody who
television.
wants to get involved with everything can go there.
Oh
We
my
interrupt this
gosh.
Its
special
tagline
for
should be
special
MGM
bulletin.
Studios.
We go
Everybody
now
get
to
involved.
Superstar anchorman Frederick Newman.
Elsewhere today,
Is that a
in a
still
remote
for the
oil-filled
clip?
ravine,
Yeah, that was it.
an earthquake trapped hundreds of tourists on a collapsing bridge. Flash fires burned in the area, and a tanker truck was washed away in a wall of water. 3 minutes later,
Want
it
that
happened
mic.
again. They're calling it Catastrophe
Oh,
Oh.
there goes his mustache. He should be like Anchorman the
Find
movie
out
and just
too
start reading
what, when, where,
random
and
things
how
that
in
people
this
type in.
special report.
It's an
Oh, here we
amalgam
go.
of classic movie disaster scenes. A raging Titanic killer earthquake inferno force of no
Did we
return.
really?
Shortened
Okay.
for convenience
Is there a
sake to
poll of people
Catastrophe
like that
Canyon.
just wouldn't
This
visit
is
this
the
backlot
movie where
tour and would
everything that can
rather
go wrong does, and the audience doesn't
do
watch
something
this
else?
Well,
movie. They
Galaxy's
do it.
Edge is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah,
I
think
know.
we've overdone it.
I just want it all. I want both.
You want the
Actually,
Backlot Tour and Galaxy's Edge.
I think
Yeah.
one of the things that we've discovered down here is that the overall effect of this, unlike an iron ride, which is like a roller coaster ride, a ride that works on the thrill of speed or gravity.
That's not me messing with
when
the
you're
audio.
sitting in the tram,
That's
the
the
tram is
video.
rocking, and you hear the earthquake, and you look up at the canyon, and you see an 8-foot high wall of water coming rushing at you. I think that your impulse as an animal is to flee. And when you can't do that, you're
Oh, he's terrified.
Sorry to
Oh,
laugh at that kid,
that's
but he's
so
probably like
sad.
50 now.
That's true.
The red rock setting of Catastrophe Canyon is actually a complex 65,000 square foot grid work of steel screen cages overlaid with plaster and cement, then sculpted and painted to match the geology of the American Southwest.
On Cat Canyon, we're going to try to convince people they are somewhere other than the state of Florida. They're out west.
When the landscaping was times a day.
Oh. Oh, it's been the same for that long?
You don't change greatness. I'm
That's
telling
true.
you.
The Indiana Jones epic
Although the entrance
stunt
looks different.
spectacular takes 20,000 visitors a day
Oh,
through
not
a
really, actually.
demonstration by the undersung crews and stunt
20,000
performers
visitors
who
a
do the
day?
spectacular on
That's-
an everyday basis.
A lot of
The show's
people.
designed for
In
2,000
1989.
seated per show, and right now
Wait,
we're,
what? Did he say seated?
slated to do 10 shows a day on the most busy days of the year.
We'll listen to it again.
Sorry,
Rewind.
sorry.
The Indiana Jones epic stunt spectacular takes 20,000 visitors a day through a demonstration by the undersung crews and stunt performers who do the spectacular on an everyday basis.
The show's designed for 2,000 seated per show, and right now we're slated to do 10 shows a day on the
Wow.
most busy days of the year.
The
2,000
show was
people.
plotted and choreographed.
10 shows a
in
year.
true Raiders of
Wasn't
the
on the
Lost
calendar
Ark
last time I
style.
went there.
The heroes are in constant peril with no apparent way out. And an innocent-looking ladder becomes the stuff of a hair-raising stunt.
They say 10 shows a day?
We
Yeah.
describe the action
I said a year.
in
I
these
got
storyboards
confused.
No,
in the
a
level of
day.
a wall like this. And in fact, this show is on about 5 big boards. And then we look at it and take the pictures and shuffle them around until we get the sequences in the way that we like them.
I love the ladder scene.
The stunt spectacular depicts famous action
I always feel like the guy's
sequences
gonna
from
fall
the
over.
Indiana Jones
I mean, he
films
does,
as they
but
might
like
be
for real
staged
fall
the
over.
camera. The Imagineering of the attraction called for scenes that could bowl over the audience 10 times a day.
We've got steam starts rising out of the set, and then just shortly after that, this whole face just explodes. Not quite like this. And
He's in trouble.
this big ball comes rolling out here. At this point, this is already sunk down, and Indiana Jones turns and runs away from the ball.
The attraction was extensively tested, from storyboards to full-scale mock-ups.
Wow.
My concept, which I developed with Bob McDonald,
Oh,
was
look
to
out.
just do it like it really is, a real live ball. There's
They should let people
simpler,
do
there's
that. I want to
nothing
do
easier,
that.
just
I want to be that
no
guy.
maintenance problems, works every time.
One way to
Gravity
get me
still works
to
all around
run,
the
that's
Earth,
for
even in
sure.
Florida.
Right?
The Indiana Jones action adventure is full of all sorts of dramatic stunts and pyro effects and gas fire explosions.
It
And,
sure is.
and other dramatic show
The
action
fire goes
equipment.
off and you're at Indiana Jones. You can feel it in the audience.
This is one of the most infamous aircraft in history. By the end of World War II, the Germans were working on a design for a tailless airplane, the Flying Wing. The design was resurrected in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Disney Imagineers spectacularized it even further, so that this flying wing can circle out of control, fire its machine guns, and cause one stunt villain per show to disappear. In the
Just
completed
disappear.
stunt spectacular, the stunt performers demonstrate their death-defying
That's pretty
ballet.
hard too. Like, think of that
It's a
guy doing that. Like,
panorama
you
of
know those things are coming up,
pyrotechnics
but
and memorable movie
still got to look
action
out for him.
designed to bring out the
Make it look
Indiana
so
Jones
close.
in everyone.
It's an exciting show, no doubt about it. And it's also exciting because it's partly theatrical, it's partly cinema, but it's also a combination of neither of those. It's an outdoor theater show which really doesn't exist as a form. And so it presents us with some special problems that are quite exciting and quite challenging to figure out.
I've seen Indiana Jones done spectacular probably 100 times, and I enjoy it every time.
Every single time.
Programming,
So good.
painting, etching, paving, and planting brought the Disney MGM Studios to life for the first time in May 1st, 1989. It was the kind of premiere that can only happen in Hollywood. Until now.
The
I see what
lights,
you did
the
there.
cameras, and the action were focused on Orlando for the studio's gala premiere.
Good evening, movie fans.
As he does every year at the Academy Awards, Hollywood columnist Army Archer acted as master of ceremonies and introduced some of the world's most popular stars to the black tie opening
Wow,
night
look at
VIP.
Mickey
Like
and
Bette
Minnie.
Midler?
Minnie is got a great dress on.
Of every part of show business you can think of.
Wow, I didn't know Audrey Hepburn was there.
From the early days of television.
You're gonna have to help me out with these
today's
people.
current stars such as
Who's
Bette
that?
Midler. And of course, it had the great Disney magic. So you had movies, television, Disneyland, Disney World. I don't know what more you could have asked for.
To suddenly see the Brahmins, Chinese, and all the ambiance of the Hollywood scene the way I remembered as a little kid, as opposed to what it has become now. So it's just holding it, it's frozen in time. It's lovely.
We've been on these rides, which are literally
Incredible.
Oh, are you?
Oh, John.
Oh, John.
Mr. Kevin Costner.
Wow.
Let's say a wonderful welcome.
For all the hype, like all of these celebrities were there. Imagine being part of it.
No.
Opening day, that energy must have been
That
surreal.
must have been fun.
Yeah.
Stay up this late.
Aw.
Are you happy to be here at Disney World? So glad. And of course, this is my wife, Cindy, who when I met her 15 years ago was
His back is to the
Snow White
camera.
at
I don't think
Disneyland
he's
in
supposed to
Anaheim.
do that.
Turn around, buddy. Turn around, Kevin.
Disney MGM Studio theme tour. The entire world became cognizant of show business and entertainment again. The media coverage is just unbelievable. And the excitement was not created not only for the Disney MGM Studio theme tour, but for all of motion pictures and all of entertainment.
A parade of
Wow.
celebrities, including Rick Moranis,
Rick Moranis.
film legend Lauren Bacall,
Wow.
and Golden Girl Betty White.
Betty
moved up
White.
Hollywood Boulevard toward the Chinese theater.
That's amazing.
Hollywood
Look at-
stars in all their finery,
Wow.
press representatives from around the world, and several thousand specially invited guests watched as Disney chairman Michael Eisner cut the ceremonial film strip.
On behalf of the Walt Disney Company, I
Now that's an
hereby
opening.
declare the Disney MGM Studios theme park open. Let the magic begin.
On May 1st, 1989, the park opened to the public.
I think we got a good family here, right here.
The Gutierrez family from York, Pennsylvania, got a day in the spotlight when they were selected as the theme park's first family and joined Michael Eisner, Mickey Mouse, and Bob Hope for a history-making stroll up Hollywood Boulevard.
He's reporting live on the streets of Hollywood Boulevard.
Walking down Hollywood Boulevard into the park. So that's the story of how this remarkable new theme park came to be. How some
Well, that's pretty cool.
That's it. That's the story.
That's the story how that remarkable theme park came to be.
Mhm.
I thought that was pretty good. I mean, it's way different today than it was back then.
There's some elements to it. I wish you didn't skip over when they were talking about Hollywood Boulevard.
Listen, you're talking to me here. I can't watch the whole
I
thing.
know. I just felt quite like we were watching television at home. But I love seeing the nostalgia. I do appreciate some of the new park enhancements. Obviously, Galaxy's Edge is amazing. It's super immersive. There are just pieces and elements that I do wish was still there because I just remember how it inspired me as a young child. And I was just always hopeful that they could maybe do that to this generation where inspire kids to want to create movies, just go into the arts with animation and just all these different avenues.
Well, that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed that one. Let us know. What was your favorite part? What do you miss most about Hollywood Studios / old MGM? Like, which attraction? Do you miss the Great Movie Ride? Do you miss the Backlot Tour?
Do you miss it being a working
Do you miss it
studio?
being a working studio?
I wish they would do that. That would be amazing.
Do
What
you-
could they film there?
I kind of miss the area where it was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like little jungle gym area.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
pretty fun when
I
you get
forgot
to
about
like
that.
kind of roll around on the giant grass and
You were
be around the
really
bugs.
in the movie when with
I
that.
like that. I
Yeah.
kind of miss that as well. So what do you miss most? Let us know in the comments below. We appreciate you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.